Testing, 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 testing. I believe we're ready to go live. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. A lot of testing going on here. Yeah, a lot of testing going on here. I don't know what to say. Nope. A lot of testing. All right, so now we're live. Okay, not ready yet though. So let's start up this thing and let's get ready. What's going on here? All right, so I guess we've been going. I just didn't know. Okay, welcome to Positive Affirmations with Mike. This is our episode 2, really our episode 5, but right now it's 2 for all the practical matters. And today I want to review a little bit about our positive affirmations for 2020. Let's start today. That was the most secret thing I could tell you, that oftentimes people say, well, I'm going to start as a New Year resolution. Well, I say, go ahead and start as a New Year's resolution, but go ahead and begin sooner. Okay? Now, it really softens the turkey and makes it soften. So anyway, I had a great turkey because I remembered the butter in the end. Okay, so when you build a bird cage, if you have no bird feed, the birds don't know that they need to come to your nice, amazing birdhouse. If you don't have the wooden nails or you don't have the glue to make the birdhouse, you can't make it happen. Now, the reason why I always say just put your ego under the table, because that's the thing that hurts us the most. It's because when we put our ego on the table, we're able to look at all the pieces of our puzzle or of how we're going to get there and be honest about it and validate it to make it happen. Now, when I said that the 3 lessons on number 2 was to review everything about your goal in a daily way. So make it part of your life. Make it part of your existence, what you want, so that when you're doing anything every day, you're moving in that direction and goal without even realizing it. I say I want something, and I move toward it, and before you know it, you get to the other side. You don't have to talk about it anymore. You can just act on it. That's why I say act, don't talk. Now, I'm not saying talking isn't good. Sometimes people think talking is boasting. There's no question that I have goals in my mind. There's no questions. I'm always reviewing it and wanting to hear it in my mind, not necessarily any other way. The reason why I do this is because it's so important to ingrain that into your soul, into your very existence, so when you wake up in the morning, you understand where you're going. Positive affirmations. Sometimes people think positive affirmations, especially on the Saturday Night Live show, was more of a joke about people laughing at, they were laughing at the character, always wanting something and never accomplishing it, or thinking that words solve the problem. Words do help. Doesn't solve the problem. It's one necessary step. Reviewing your goals, setting them, building them and how we could get there, and more importantly, what do we get at the end? Like the birdhouse and bird feed. If I make a goal, maybe it is to get to another country. What am I going to do when I get there? If I set the goal to get there and I work very hard at doing it and I get there, once I'm there, what am I doing with it? Nothing. It's kind of like the birdhouse with no bird seed, okay? And it doesn't have to be seed. It could be bread. It could be something to attract the birds to your success. When you get there, you have to attract yourself to your success. What does that mean? Well, that means just because you're successful at something doesn't mean that you are successful at what you thought you wanted. That means you were successful at getting there. But why do you want to get there? And what was the value of getting there? See, that's the most important thing you can understand. When you set a goal, you have to understand the value. Like, when I said it, I didn't say it. One of my steps in getting to my goals with building the birdhouse was truly, I wanted to see birds, hear them whistle, and hear the little peck, and it was kind of calming in my mind. Because once I got the birdhouse, once I got the birds, what's next? I mean, what's the value? I think that's what happens when some people reach goals and they don't know what to do with them. Or they go in different directions, or maybe they don't understand. Because they don't understand why they were there and what they're there. Maybe they were there for ego, which means, if you put your ego onto the table, you would have answered that question a long time ago. Why am I really doing this? It's okay to be honest with yourself about that. That's one of the things I talked about before, was make sure you're honest with yourself. You don't have to necessarily be honest with everybody around you, but be honest with yourself, and then go from there. So that's one of the things that you have to make sure you understand, and one of your necessary steps when you're putting everything on the table. So let's review. The first thing I said was we have positive affirmations, and those will help us reach a goal. We use those positive affirmations to set where we are and how to get there. The first thing we do is set the goals, put them in line, a timeline, understand what we need before we get the next, what we need before we get that, and how we can what we can get to the other side. We put our ego underneath the table, so that way we can sort out truly why we're doing it. Why? Because at the end goal is a set thing. Maybe it's an object. Maybe it's to be personified to something. Maybe it's just to go someplace you've never been before. You have to understand why you're getting there, because the mind doesn't see it any other way. You have to have a reason or you won't accomplish it. Simply won't. Okay. So, the third thing, act on it. We're approaching 2020, which is an exciting time because a lot is happening. I think in 2020 we're all going to have clear vision. Okay. I know I'm going to have 2020 clear vision. Okay. But maybe we all are going to have more than I'm going to see, and we can actually move in a positive direction in 2020. So, Positive Affirmations by Mike Pina. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you listen. I'm on Apple, iTunes, iPods. I'm on Google Talk. I'm on every platform you can imagine. YouTube video. Sometimes it gets a little blurry, so I'm sorry. But I'm everywhere to talk about what it takes to accomplish goals using your life skill sets that you already have. Peace out. Positive Affirmations by Mike Pina. See you soon. Bye.